We have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered only by repeated injury. That's what the founders wrote to King George in the Declaration of Independence. They felt that a dialogue between citizens and their government was essential. So they wrote that right to petition into the Constitution, making it clear that you have the right to ask representatives in Washington, in Hartford, or in your own town to change policy or help you with a problem. You can talk to your senator or congressperson when they hold office hours or events in state. And if they send you to a staff person, don't take it as a brush off.
Because they'll be able to help you because they have a specialist in military affairs. They have a specialist in immigration.
Congressional staff is very important because of the range of things that a congressperson has to address, and they really have some power.
Betty Gallo works on behalf of nonprofit organizations. She gets paid to persuade policymakers on the state level. She's one of Connecticut's registered lobbyists.
I tell people I'm a lobbyist, and sometimes there's this sort of like, oh, with this vision of Congress and these people who spend huge amounts of money, and that's just not really Connecticut. The vast majority of lobbyists are people who care about what they do a really good job.
Everyone has a right to petition Connecticut's government, but if you spend more than $3,000 a year trying to influence legislative or administrative action, you'll have to register as a lobbyist, report who's paying you, and how much.
Our job as lobbyists is to say, okay, the bill's going to be up for a vote in next week on Wednesday, and here's the vote count, and these are the legislators that need to get phone calls. And for the best part, we want them to get phone calls from people who live in their district. If the only person who talks to legislators is me and the people who work with me, it's not going to, big things just are not going to pass. It requires grassroots networks.
And if a constituent has a concern, meeting with your state legislator is often just a matter of a simple phone call or a letter.
We don't have an office in the district, so many legislators will say, sure, let's meet. We can meet at town hall, and oftentimes we'll meet at the library. And then there's always the coffee shop.
On the state level, you also have the right to testify at public hearings. Those have their own rules, and CTN has another video series to guide you through that process. Connecticut even has official advocates for people trying to get health care, for victims of crime, for people with disabilities, for children and veterans.
As a taxpayer in town, I do have questions about the job.
But for many issues, advocates often can have the biggest impact on a local level.
How do we manage our town appropriately, openly, with transparency?
For centuries, the New England Town Meeting has been where we decide taxes and spending, how our children are educated, how our land is used, and other local priorities.
When dealing with the city, I believe the city always has a vested interest in you doing well. The state doesn't necessarily have such a vested interest in Main Street, Middletown, because they have lots of main streets that they have to deal with.
20 years ago, Phil Ouellette decided to open a restaurant and bar called Eli Cannon's in Middletown. Problems with fake IDs motivated him to campaign to change underage drinking laws. After a few years, he succeeded.
So I think that's what started me getting involved with the legislature and realizing that things could be changed. Takes a long time, but things could be changed.
But what Phil really became an advocate for was something smaller, Eli's neighborhood. When he started, Middletown's North End had serious problems with crime and poverty.
I always used to say it was like a scene out of The Road Warrior.
But Phil's unique take on food and drink and interior decorating was a success. And so he looked for ways to pay back the North End, like supplying sports equipment to the local elementary school. And when the city decided to build a community health center on the parking lot next door, Phil didn't fight it.
I have staff members who would benefit from a community health center.
So he promoted a plan to replace distressed properties with parking for the neighborhood. And recently, Phil helped his longtime manager open a cupcake shop across the street, with one condition. In a few years, she has to help one of her employees open another business in the neighborhood. Phil's even promoting the idea of business tax credits for that kind of neighborhood spin-off.
But we like to think of this whole area as being part of the neighborhood.
The neighborhood, now rebranded Nora for north of Rapallo Avenue, has come a long way. It's proof exercising your rights can change the world, or at least the neighborhood.
Be persistent, don't be a thorn in the side, bring cupcakes. If you could bring cupcakes in any way, I'm looking forward to when drones are flying free, because we'll be dropping cupcakes from the sky anytime we have a problem.
Cupcakes may be an unusual approach to successful advocacy. Other successful strategies are a bit more common. And in our next video, we'll show you a few of them.